All right, everybody, here we are, you and me, together again. This is my post-market wrap-up on this Wednesday, December 30th, 2020. How about this? I'm almost getting sick of saying this, a new all-time record high for the stock market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, yes, did close at a new record high. Stocks were higher pretty much across the board today. Nothing major, but enough to create another all-time record high for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Now, how many of you are even slightly surprised? How about zero? This trend will continue. The market, I'm going to say what I said yesterday. It's a zombie that doesn't know it's dead yet, and it won't figure it out until the easy money stops. And the easy money is not going to stop anytime. The easy money for you is going to stop, because we just heard from Mitch McConnell. It looks like this $2,000 check deal is pretty much dead. So look, did you hear Steve Mnuchin? Steve Mnuchin, okay, I'm not making this up, said people should be happy that they're getting their $600 check. In fact, it's in the mail. Be happy, because Steve Mnuchin said you should be happy. So accept it, because you're going to get the scraps. Not even, like I've been explaining to you. Wall Street, according to Steve Mnuchin, his words, unlimited. They get anything they want, but not you. You better be happy with that $600 check. Well, these are not my words. These are his words. And I don't know. What do you think of Steve Mnuchin? Is he a creature? If I really told you what I feel about Steve Mnuchin, they would ban me from Facebook and Twitter and everything else. I think all of you know that I don't like the man at all. And for him to come out and say you should be happy because your $600 check is in the mail, I don't know about you. I don't like it. I don't like it. And then, Mitch McConnell, forget about the 2000, ain't happening. So again, are you surprised? No. Again, you have to understand what you're witnessing here. This is a psychological war. I think I talked about this earlier today. They understand, believe me, that we're in an economic free fall. We're in a meltdown. The middle class is deliberately being attacked. So what they do is they play a game with you. For 8 months, Congress went back and forth. Stimulus, no stimulus, yeah, no. Then finally, you're going to get a big $600 check. Then they dangle the $2,000 check in front of you, trying to get people excited about it. Then they give you a sense of hopelessness, so you accept and become happy with the $600 check you got. According to Steve Mnuchin, you better be happy about it. All right. So anyway, that's the story with those things. Market, new record high for the Dow. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Watch the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. Watch the dollar. Let's talk about the dollar today. The dollar is getting a lot of attention. Bloomberg, CNBC, Fox Business today. They're like, what's the story with the dollar? Do they think we're really that stupid, or are they that stupid? Do they not understand that the dollar's free fall is a direct result of cash being created out of thin air? We just added another trillion. So are these people, please enlighten me on this. You're sitting there, you're watching CNBC, and they're expressing concern about the dollar's weakness. Dollar just hit its weakest point in the last several years today. And they don't get it. They don't understand it. Do you believe that they really don't understand it, or are they just playing games? Like, are they that stupid? These are financial commentators. Do they not understand what's going on here? Do they not understand that the Federal Reserve is literally creating this out of nothing? Nothing. And they're deliberately, this is a deliberate act, killing the dollar in its current form slowly like the boiling frog. And when we hit that critical mass, the debt market's a massive bubble. The dollar is a unit of debt. When it implodes, like I covered yesterday in my zombie video, they're going to issue their solution. They're already getting people ready for it. Did you hear the World Health Organization today? The World Health Organization today, I posted links to this all over my social networks, is stating this new worst version of the coronavirus is not the worst we're about to see. So we better be prepared. So this is what they're doing. They're getting you set up. They're setting you up. The same thing is going to unfold. They're going to deliberately create or engineer a crisis. They're going to wait for the public reaction and then offer a solution. Be ready for it. That's where we're going here. Economic freefall, destruction of the middle class, all by design. An inflated stock market, which will continue to hit new record highs as the economy free falls. I've shown you this thing here, stock market and economy. And I showed you from years how this gap was going to get wider. And that's exactly what's going on right now, but it's going to accelerate. As the dollar dies, okay, we have a dying asset here, the dollar. Everything becomes more expensive. Even shares of stock, you get the illusion of a rising stock market on the dying dollar. You understand? Very, very simple concept here. The Federal Reserve is trying to do one thing right now. Well, a couple of things, but one essentially. They're trying to prevent a credit freeze, a lockup of the entire global financial situation. Right now, and I posted this earlier, the Federal Reserve's website will tell you there is only $2.02 trillion on Earth. That's all there is. $2.02 trillion. Well, we have a national debt near $30 trillion, including dollar derivatives. It's in the quadrillions, and we just got another $1 trillion in debt. How can that be if all that exists on Earth is $2.02 trillion? It's not real. Like I've explained to you, this whole thing is fake. And the Federal Reserve, by doing what they're doing, by acquiring assets, bills loaded with pork, whatever it might be, funneling cash to pharmaceutical companies, funneling cash to everybody, even the American people, $600 check, is all a mechanism right now to prevent a lockup of the financial system, which is going to happen, and it's going to happen rapidly, and it's going to take most people by surprise. I don't want you to be surprised at all here. You understand? Everyone's looking at the stock market. That's what they do. You really should be looking at the debt market. The 10-year yield, 0.92 right now, looking pretty. The Federal Reserve's got a nice handle on the debt market right now. Understand? It's by no accident, again, that the Federal Reserve has chosen to manipulate the debt market. Why? Well, if you have my book, A Not So Random Walk on Wall Street, I talk about the criminality of the global financial system, central banks, how they work, what they're really trying to do. Okay, but it should be very simple for you to understand. The reason why central banks have chosen to rig and manipulate the debt market is because everything prices off of what's happening in the debt market. Okay, so understanding that mechanism, it should be clear to you that the stock market, housing, currency values, everything is a derivative. They derive value from what is happening in the debt market. So by the Federal Reserve here in the United States, other central banks rigging the debt market, they can move the price around of other assets. They've deliberately inflated a massive Frankenstein zombie stock market bubble on the back of the debt bubble. Okay, this is all by design. All by design. And they're going to reverse this when they are ready, and it's going to start in the debt market. The debt market is the real issue here, okay? The dollar also being a unit of debt. Watching the dollar free fall here should be giving you just a slight inkling of what's coming, okay? The dollar meltdown will precede or is preceding a meltdown in the debt market. And when that happens, everything changes. Everything changes by design. Okay, this is gonna happen by design so they can issue in a new system like I've told you is coming. okay, a completely digital dollar, for which we really have that now. There only exists $2.02 trillion on the planet. The rest of it doesn't exist. It's not on the elemental chart. Do you understand? Should be very simple for you. All right, let's go back to the market real quick. So Bitcoin today hit 29,000. It pulled back a little bit. At this point, cryptocurrencies are going much higher, all of them. You got gold and silver today catching a bid, crude oil catching a bid. Again, why? The dollar is dying. Everything is going to become more expensive. And this is why you got Bloomberg, CNBC, Fox Business. What's happening to the dollar? Why is the dollar going down? Is this going to become a problem for people? Inflation? Duh! You can't even say that duh loud enough. Maybe you could back me up. Give me a good duh. Let's do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Duh! I mean, you know, are they that dumb? I really have to know what you think. Are these commentators on the financial channels really that dumb? Or they want to make you confused, not allowing you to understand what's actually happening here? I think you understand what's really going on here. All right, people, look, very important video. Covered a lot of important things here. Starting to get a lot of feedback from my book. I would love to hear from you. If you have a copy of my book, my new book, A Not So Random Walk on Wall Street, link in the description of this video. What did you think of it? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? I will read the comments, and I'm really curious. All right, look, I'm out of here. This guy here loves you a lot. Ponder the things I've spoken about in this video. Get it out there. See you in the morning.